Hello everybody, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I was able to get this P&L right here on my 5 Lucid accounts and how I was able to catch this short today, resulting in me getting this 3K P&L or 2.75K. Um, this is my Lucid dashboard on my evals, which is 2 Lucid evals. I got break even on Monday, I lost on Wednesday, and I was green today. And on my 3 Lucid fundeds, um, I am also break even. It is a similar P&L. However, I had my 3 fundeds before I got these 2 other evals. So they do have a balance in them, but my brand new evals are still pretty much at the 50,000 mark after I took that loss on Wednesday. But I'm going to be showing you guys how I was able to catch the win today. Okay, so going into the higher time frame, this is how I'm able to get my daily bias and my analysis. So the first thing that I look for is I look for any bullish or bearish PDAs that could be having a trade idea. So I see over here we have this bearish for value gap right here that is currently unmitigated that we are approaching, and I'm not really noticing any um, bullish PDAs. So on the 4 hour higher time frame, I'm only seeing one bearish PDA. Now scaling down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm not really seeing that much bullish PDAs. I mean, the only bullish PDA that I do see was this gap down here that we are currently respecting and we are displacing higher off of it, approaching to this unfilled 4 hour gap. So for me, I'm expecting one of two things. I'm expecting potentially a open low high close, which is essentially when the market comes down, it retraces into maybe a 15-minute gap that's sponsored by this 1 hour bullish for value gap. And then we can retrace and we can go higher off of it and we can target this unfilled 4 hour gap. The second thing that I could potentially see is I could see us just right off market open. We could just get a open high low close, which is when we manipulate higher, tapping into this gap, and then we can displace off of it lower, targeting DOLs to the downside. So those are my two situations going into the day. I'm right now very neutral and I am not married to a bias. I'm not sticking to one side of the chart. So now let's react and see what happens off of market open. Okay, so we end up, okay, so literally right off of market open, we end up tapping this unfilled 4 hour gap right here, and we pretty much just displaced higher. I did notice that we did tap into this unmitigated 15-minute gap here, which is sponsored. So this was a very valid long. I saw a lot of people take this long today, and it was a really valid Judas, right? We obviously have this accumulation zone right here. We get we get the clean manipulation to the downside here, and then we obviously displace higher, targeting this gap, which was a very obvious trade. I know a lot of people took it. However, I was not able to take this trade because, it did happen really quick, and I was not on the charts when this happened. But that doesn't mean that I can't take the shorts off of it, which is very, very valid. So right here, we did disrespect this 4 hour gap right here. But I'm just looking for any reason why we could go lower off of it because the 4 hour candle did not close yet, so it's still open. We can still go lower. So I'm looking at all these time frames. I'm looking at the 15-minute. Is there any like unfilled bearish for value gap? So I see that we have this 15-minute up here that we just tapped into. Do we have a 30-minute? And we do have a 30-minute. We have the same thing right here. So I noticed that we tap into this gap here. The 4 hour candle still open, so just because we disrespected it on the 30-minute time frame doesn't mean it's disrespected. So I'm going to wait for a reaction and then a entry trigger. So, okay, we tapped it, we're hesitating, and then we get a clean reaction. So now I'm going to scale down to the 1 minute time frame where I can get my entry trigger, which is going to be this inversion for value gap right here. Let me just delete this because we all know. Okay, so this is my entry trigger. It's this IFEG, and I pretty much just put my limit order right under it right here. I put my stop loss at this candle body high, and my target is this swing low. Let me just put my limit. Okay. Stop loss up here. Take profit right at this candle body. Why am I targeting the candle body instead of the full, wick right there? Because I just go for base hits. Sometimes we don't go for the full wick. So let's see it play out. Let's just start order. And as you can see, just like that, very, very simple, easy setup that you guys could have caught today using not even my simple IFEG model, but this is just ICT concepts. Don't let these gurus online trick you into thinking, oh, this is my model. No, this is ICT concepts that you can learn online. And it is pretty simple. It isn't really rocket science. Like it isn't order flow. You have to have like 10 years of mastery. No, this is very achievable and this is achievable for people within, 5 or 6 months. And I just want to show people what's possible. So thank you guys for watching. This is my first video, so I'd appreciate it if you show me love and support. Thank you.